Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories. Better Tanzania-Turkey ties realistic. Energy sector transformation on track. Good evening, I am Faida Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news via Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan says Tanzania remains committed to deepen diplomatic and economic ties with Turkey and promote more interactions between the two countries' private sectors. She made the assurance while giving her acceptance speech after being awarded honorary doctorate degree by the Ankara University in Ankara, Turkey earlier today, announcing the signing of an agreement to boost people-to-people relations through tourism.
I wish to insist on our commitment to further cement diplomatic and economic ties, of which we endeavor to take several concrete steps in this regard. One such step is to enhance the role played by the private sector by promoting more interactions between the business communities of our two countries. I'm happy to note that tomorrow we'll have a trade and investment forum in Istanbul. It is our goal to have this forum held more regularly to foster meaningful dialogue, exchange of ideas, and impactful collaboration. It is also our aspiration to enhance people-to-people relations. We see key opportunities in the tourism sector by promoting more travel and tourism between our two countries and encouraging Turkish investment in the growing tourism sector in Tanzania. And with this, I'm happy to report that we are going to sign the MOU between Turkish Airlines and Tanzanian Airlines so that we can facilitate the travel and tourism industry.
Earlier, President Samia expressed a major economic milestone that Tanzania has made since assuming presidency, insisting the country will continue to promote foreign direct investment by working on shortcomings proposed by business communities and other stakeholders.
Impacts of global shocks to our economy. Among other things, we implemented robust monetary policies to ensure price stability, stimulate growth, and to create financial sector stability. I am happy to note that due to these measures, in 2023, we managed to tame inflation at 3.9%, below our target of 5%. And our annual GDP growth rated 5.2%, up from 4% when I assumed the office 2 years prior. We continue to promote foreign direct investments by addressing various shortcomings that the business community and other stakeholders were raising, including reforms to improve business environment. As a result, in the year ending December 2023, Tanzania Investment Center managed to register 526 new investment projects valued at over $5.6 billion US. And that is a 50% increase from the preceding year. For us, this is suggesting continued confidence in Tanzania's growth trajectory.
President Samia Suluhu Hassan is in Turkey for a 5-day state visit under the invitation of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan of Turkey. Now, to understand key common areas that both countries could explore to foster better diplomatic and economic ties for mutual benefits, we are joined by Ali Mohammed, who is a member of board of the Association of Tanzanian Students who has studied in Turkey, talking to my colleague, TBConline.
Thank you so much, Faidan Gaga. Mr. Ali, welcome to TBC News.
Thank you.
What are the investment opportunities that Tanzania and Turkey can get from one another?
First of all, we should know the opportunity first and the history and background of Tanzania and Turkey as well. Starting with Turkey, as we know, Turkey is the republic, and it has been starting to record its history from 1930, I guess. And there are many things which we should know about Turkey. First of all, in education sectors, in mining sector, in industry sector, and many more. So as Tanzanian, and or I can say as Tanzania country can benefit a lot from Turkey. First, from the education sector. There are many universities in Turkey, more than 200 universities. You cannot compare with Tanzania, I can say. And secondly, industries. There are a lot of industries directly. But for the Turkish people or for the Turkish government, they can have a lot of investment opportunities here in Tanzania. As we know, there are a lot of construction projects which are going on. There are many issues concerning the energy, concerning the agriculture, concerning a lot. I cannot even mention them.
How can we use these bilateral ties between Turkey and Tanzania to develop more on the areas of cooperation, economically, socially, politically? How can we use these bilateral ties?
By using this bilateral relationship, we can have maybe, I can say, exchange program for students to exchange the experience and many other things. Technology-wise, Turkey has developed in technology. For example, Turkey has started to use the CNG since 1976. But here in Tanzania, maybe we have at most 5 filling stations of CNG until now in 2024. So you can see how this bilateral relationship can have a good benefit for both of us. We can learn from them, and we can just share our experience, and they can share their experience with us. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Faidan Gaga.
Thank you very much, TBConline. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Energy, Dr. Doto Biteko, says despite rainfalls that continue in the country, the Julius Nyerere hydropower plant is safe due to its scientific construction, and it continues to generate electricity through plant number 9, while the other 2 plants near completion. Here are more details.
Dr. Biteko made the remarks today in Dodoma during an interview with TBC1's morning program Jambo Tanzania on Energy Week 2024 exhibition going on in the Parliament grounds in Dodoma. He insists without the presence of the dam, the effects of rains would have started to be seen since October last year, as the water was being filled in the dam for power generation. He insists the Ministry of Energy and TANESCO were concerned about the increase in water levels in the Rufiji River starting in February this year, and warnings were given in order to start taking appropriate measures. Dr. Biteko has expressed his disappointment to the effects of floods that have caused havoc to the lives of people and their properties, insisting that the government is making every effort to restore normalcy in the area. Regarding the implementation of the clean cooking energy agenda in the country, Dr. Biteko says many people still use unclean cooking energy such as charcoal and wood, and only few citizens use gas and other energy such as electricity. He assessed that the government's goal is to ensure that within 10 years, 80% of Tanzanians use clean energy for cooking, and that the government has adopted the National Strategy for Clean Cooking Energy as one of the ways of implementing the agenda. He adds that in implementing the Clean Cooking Program, the government, through the Office of the Vice President, has issued a directive of not using wood or charcoal for institutions that feed 100 people, and more such as schools and prisons.
Now from Dodoma, let's head over to Arusha, whereby we're told environmental stakeholders, the government, including civil society organizations and international communities, are meeting in Arusha to discuss how to collaborate in order to deal with the effects of climate change, especially droughts and floods that have been costing the lives of many in communities. The program is implemented through the coordination of the East Africa Philanthropy Network, EAPN, focusing on putting together resources, skills, professional and traditional methods to bring about immediate results on how to deal with the challenges.
We bring together philanthropic organizations in East Africa. We champion local giving. We are here in Arusha today to look into locally led climate action. We want to see how we can forge and foster partnerships between the private sector, between philanthropy or the broader civil society and the governments of the region in exploring how we can work together, how we can collaborate, how we can partner to deal with the challenges of climate change that are really affecting the region of East Africa. We want to see at the end of this how we can develop frameworks, how we can develop tools, how we can pool our resources together.
I think it's high time now for the governments in the Eastern African Commission to see in what ways they could partner and collaborate with the grassroots organizations in our countries to see how now we could accelerate the partnerships and the movement towards, being able to challenge and address issues around climate change.
Senior Environmental Officer from the Vice President's Office, Dr. Makuru James, says the discussion has come at the right time, especially during the period when the government is working hard to deal with natural disasters facing the citizens.
A number of production sectors, including agriculture, livestock, fisheries, infrastructure, housing, and to mention just a few. So we have seen this impact affecting the very livelihoods of the common mwananchi in the country. And so to address these challenges, the government cannot work alone. It needs the support of other stakeholders in addressing these multiple environmental challenges across the country.
Deputy Minister for Community Development, Gender, Women and Special Groups, Mwanaidi Ali Hamis, urges the members of CEO Roundtable to support an equitable path for women to lead an effort that will help women in rural areas realize their potentials and pinpoint opportunities to advance to a level that will accelerate economic transformation at the village level. Here are more details.
She made the call in Dar es Salaam while launching the CEO's Roundtable program titled Think Equal and Lead Smart, insisting that the government is promoting economic empowerment and gender equality at different levels by working on regional and international agreements.
Kwa kupitia mradi huu mtawafikia na kuwanufaisha wanawake wengi.
Through this project, we will be able to reach and empower many women, especially those living in remote areas, so that they can benefit from the opportunities obtained from this project. I request the chairperson of this board that many women living in the village rarely benefit from this project. So please make an effort to reach them so that they can benefit from the fruits of their nation. On the other hand, the chairperson of CEO Roundtable, David Tarimo, says the program will focus on policy, cultural and social norms, and economic empowerment, where the organization will be responsible for identifying opportunities for women.
We aim to advance initiatives that can positively impact Tanzania's growth trajectory. A number of these initiatives will be very familiar to you. We have the CEO Roundtable Apprenticeship Program, or CAP for short, which contributes to the development of Africa's future visionary leaders.
Our ambitions and objectives through this initiative are directly aligned with the Tanzanians' aspirations to achieve SDG 5, which seeks to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls.
Today, we proudly unite with the CEO Roundtable on Think Equal, Lead Smart, affirming our dedication to dismantling barriers and amplifying women's voices in decision-making arenas.
The Deputy Minister of Transport, David Kihenzile, says that the Tanzanian government is committed to creating conducive environment for maritime transport services that observe International Maritime Organization standards. He made the assurance while closing the two-day regional seminar on Africa ferry safety, which was held in Dar es Salaam, insisting that the move is part of the country continuing to adhere to ferry safety.
I am confident to inform you that the government is fully committed to enhancing maritime safety and is prepared to take on the responsibilities of hosting future MO and interfaith regional conferences and meetings. Our readiness to facilitate and support such gathering is a reflection of our dedication to maritime safety and our belief in the power of collaboration and in achieving our goals.
On the other hand, the Director of Safety and Environment, Ministry of Transport, Stella Katondo, says that she expects to see major changes in the transport sector immediately after the end of the seminar, while calling on various maritime stakeholders to focus on safety in their activities.
Is to be able, as a nation, to walk what we've been, what we are going to agree, to be able to have the safe shipping at our area.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Institute of Directors in Tanzania, IODT, Said Kambi, says there has been an increase in the number of top leaders of various companies, especially the banking sector, who have expressed readiness to gain best business practices and effective corporate governance through professional development and training. He made the remarks in Dar es Salaam when he was closing a 4-day leadership masterclass whereby more than 25 top leaders from various banking institutions participated.
What we've seen so far is that most of the banks that have brought people to come to train now have appreciated what has happened in terms of the changes that they see within the banks. So these are the people who are not these are not the banks which is for the first time they've brought people, but because they have seen the value, they have brought more and more people. In fact, one of the best news that I have is that a number of banks have said they would rather now join together and for the Institute of Directors to come up with a specific program.
On the other hand, the participants from the private and public sectors vow to utilize the knowledge gained to create desired results in their institutions.
And I would recommend others to come and learn more as well if they want to enhance what they already know, but they want to enhance more a little bit on their career channel.
You cannot have influence if you cannot lead yourself. There's no leader who doesn't have followers. People have to follow you willingly, not because they have to follow you, because they want to follow you. Now, the more influence you have as a leader, the more productivity of a company can be felt, and therefore you'll have more productivity in the company.
I'm sure if I go back, I will go and utilize that knowledge, get to know my team, apply the humility, and together they will feel like we really belong together.
Now, before we wind up local news, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Stay tuned for all the latest in international news. And here's international news as compiled and read by Nyambona Masamba.
President William Ruto of Kenya has announced a sudden death of the country's chief of Kenya Defense Forces, General Francis Omondo Ogola, happened at Sindari area, cabin location in Olegayo, Marakwet County.
Together with him in the crash were 11 other gallant military personnel, 9 who also passed on with him, and 2 survivors. The Chief of Defense Forces on board the Kenya Air Force Hiwi helicopter had left Nairobi this morning to visit troops deployed in the North Rift under the Operation Maliza Uhalifu, and to also inspect the ongoing school renovation as part of his working tour. The CDF had been briefed on the security situation by a multi-agency team stationed at Chesapeake in Baringo County.
Kenya says it is prepared to lead a UN battle mission to Haiti aimed at stopping a ganging war there. But Kenya leaders are facing increasing pressure to justify the risk intervention. 1,000 police officers from a elite unit are due to be sent to restore order in the Caribbean country. Many Kenyans say they are concerned about getting involved in another crisis overseas. Kenya police have been deployed to several peacekeeping missions in the past, including Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Somalia, East Timor, and elsewhere, but many people are asking if they are capable of handling a security crisis as big as that of Haiti. In one of the Nairobi's garbage slums, gangs are fighting for controlled garbage site and others resources for tax collection. From Kenya to Senegal, customs officials in Senegal have seized a record of $8 million worth of fake banknotes, alongside a separate large drug bust. It is about of their drive to fight crime and corruption by the country's new elected government. The black notes are fake money worth 5 million Senegal francs, the equivalent of $8 million, found in the back of the car parked at a small guest house in Senegal's southern region of Gazamos. This is now the notes are formed to counterfeit US dollars using powder and chemicals. 4 men have been arrested, 2 of them foreigners. This comes after days 1 ton of cocaine worth nearly $150 million was found hidden in the bag. Senegal government has made fighting corruption a priority. To North Africa, a journalist and prominent critic of Tunisia President Kais Saied has been sentenced to 6 months in prison. Mohamed Boughalab was charged with insulting a public official. The country National Union for Journalists says his arrest and conviction is aimed at silencing free press. To North America, police in Canada have arrested 6 people in connection with gold hide stolen at the airport last year. Some $16 million worth of gold and cash was driven off one of the biggest robberies in the country's history.
That was international news. Sports news up next. And in sports news, former Simba Sports Club chairperson Ismail Rage says he believes that Simba is in better form to beat their arch-rivals Young Africans in Kariakoo Derby to be played in Benjamin Mkapa Stadium on Saturday. Rage told a TBC News reporter in Dar es Salaam that Simba eyes a 5-1 revenge by crushing out Young Africans and reigniting their title race hopes for the Tanzania Premier League.
I'm sure Simba will win the game. Maybe our rivals must wait for draw, but not hope to win this match, because there is no chance for them.
Young Africans is leading the Tanzania Premier League table with 55 points, while their arch-rivals Simba sits in 3rd place with 46 points. only a win will make the Msimbazi boys revive their title challenge, and a win for Young Africans will give them green light of walking away with Tanzania Premier League title for the third time consecutively. In other sports news, Tanzania Premier League Board Communication Officer Karimu Boimanda says all security requirements for Young Africans and Simba Sports Club Derby have already been put in place, and fans will enjoy watching the game peacefully. Boimanda adds that they will collaborate with government institutions and soccer stakeholders to make sure that the game reaches its standard, as the Kariakoo Derby is one of the biggest matches in Africa.
Tumeshazungumza na ndugu zetu wa jeshi la polisi, wametutaarifu na kutuhakikishia kwamba
we already get assurance about security through all police force unit who say they will be part of promoting peace and harmony in the Kariakoo Derby. So everything's going to be okay, and will be inspection for all of us around all gates before entering the stadium.
Ambavyo vitatusaidia kupunguza misongamano karibu na majirani na maeneo ya mageti.
This is the second match of the season. The two Tanzania football giants, Young Africans and Simba Sports Club, are meeting in titanic clash of soccer fans, as soccer fans believe that the match continues to attract many across the continent. That's it for sports, but before we wind up, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello viewers, my name is Joyce Makwata from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. Welcome for 24 hours weather forecast starting from tonight. Winds are expected to flow at speed of 40 kilometers per hour for the entire coastal belt. While over Lake Victoria, Tanganyika and Nyasa, we expect wind to flow at speed of 30 kilometers per hour. And TEMO has issued advisory concerning period of strong winds reaching 40 kilometers per hour and large ocean waves reaching 2 meters expected for the entire coastal belt of Indian Ocean. So areas like Dar es Salaam, Tanga, Pwani, including Mafia Isles, Lindi, Mtwara, together with Pemba and Unguja Islands, are expected to be affected. In terms of rainfall models are indicating strong signal of activities for the entire coastal belt. However, TEMO has issued also an advisory concerning period of heavy rains expected over a few areas of Dar es Salaam, Tanga, Pwani, including Mafia Isles, together with Unguja and Pemba Islands. So people living on those mentioned areas are advised to take necessary precautions. During the night, we expect the entire coastal belt, including Morogoro, to feature cloud condition thunder showers over a few areas. While in northeastern island, Lake Victoria Basin, western part of our country, together with Ruvuma, we expect a just partly cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas. Central towards southwestern island, we expect rain showers over a few areas during the night. Tomorrow, we expect Tanga, islands of Unguja and Pemba to feature cloud condition, thunder showers over some areas and sunny interval. Entire Morogoro region, Dar es Salaam and Pwani, Lindi and Mtwara, we expect just cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sunny interval. Northeastern island, central, southwestern island, especially over Mbeya, Songwe, Iringa and Njombe, to feature partly cloudy condition, rain showers over a few areas and sun period. Lake Victoria Basin, western part of our country, Rukwa together with Ruvuma, we expect just partly cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun period. And now let's have the next 4 days the weather forecast starting from the day after tomorrow. Dear viewers from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is what we have for today. Thanks for watching and have a good night.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.